All right, 11:24 on a Thursday. You know the rules. Eric Raditz from Florida Weekly is calling in live, of course, with the stay-at-home order right now. Eric, can you hear me? How you doing?
Hi, I can. I'm good. Thank you. How are you guys?
We're doing great. Thank you very much for calling in. Your first thing that we're talking about here is the entrepreneurship at one of our local schools is being recognized. We may have some future business leaders in our backyard, Eric.
Yes, we do, and we sit down and talk with them this week. It's the School of Entrepreneurship at FGCU. Haven't heard of it. Well, it's still kind of new. Started as a minor at the University's Lutgers College of Business in 2014. Became a major, and now it's being recognized nationally by folks like the Princeton Review, ranking them the top undergraduate entrepreneurship program in Florida. So what makes a successful one? We sit down with Dr. Sandra Kwani, who started it all, and as well as many of the students who have left the program with successful startup stories, which is something that she brought about the program to begin with as to make a real impact in that way. Anyway, they're raising a building now on campus, so things are looking up and really good for this very successful program at FGCU.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I would say so. Okay, in your business section, you're talking about learning from failure. We all know that it's okay to fail, but how do you turn that into success?
Yes, that's what we look into. It seems cliche to say that we really can learn from our failures if we're paying attention, but this week we look into just how to emerge from a downfall with positivity and how that can bring us even greater success if we approach it that way. So we take some tips, for example, just how to being honest with yourself, with your strengths and weaknesses, how you can adjust them. There's plenty of success stories like Steve Jobs there, who was once fired from Apple. Well, we know the rest of that story, don't we? So a lot of it's how we approach our failures.
Yeah, focus on getting better instead of focusing on being the best. One thing that you may be focusing on improving right now is something creative, whether it be music or writing. Right now, you probably have a little bit more free time than you typically do at home, and you guys are talking about how people can actually take advantage of this time at home.
Yes, it's often with these times of downtime that we can get real creative. So we sit down specifically with author Fenton Johnson, who says creativity isn't really possible without some solitude, which gives us an idea of what we could be doing if we're having some downtime now. As a writer, he finds that the best environment for him is creativity is when he's alone. And also we get into it doesn't matter if you're single or married or with a family. Often our best moments of creativity come when we have some time to be by ourselves. So it's possible to, yeah.
And all the distractions that may interrupt that progress are gone. You can't watch sports, you can't do a lot of things, so you have more time to be creative.
Of course.
So it's an opportunity, yeah.
That's right.
Of course, if you're feeling frustrated, you can just write an open letter, you can send it or just throw it away if you want. But one of the things that also, usually we have top picks and no events are going on, so everyone's been turning on their TVs. And tell us how that's really kind of changed, how they're bringing theaters into your own homes.
Well, with theaters closed, a lot of film distribution companies are also down. So the ones that they had planned for distribution in theaters, some are getting pushed back, and others are going straight to streaming, which means for you and me, we can take advantage of some that are coming straight to streaming. So I have a few examples of a lot of people are wondering, what are you watching? And I haven't watched Peanut Butter Falcon, Nate, but I'm going to. But coming out this week, The Willoughbys is a mostly for kids show with Will Forte, Maya Rudolph, Ricky Gervais, as well as a new documentary on Natalie Wood coming out on HBO, Bad Education, To the Stars, and a few more. So if you're looking for something fresh to stream, we compile the list. But there is one really good thing Saturday that I'm sure you are aware of because it's happening on NBC. One World Together at Home at 5 o'clock Saturday, April 18th. I know I'll be tuning in with Lady Gaga, Billie Eilish, Chris Martin, Eddie Vedder, Elton John, John Legend, Paul McCartney. It's going to be big. So stream these films, but also that's one really important live performance this Saturday at 5 p.m. NBC.
Yeah, certainly going to be huge. Eric, thank you so much for calling in. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you all. Stay safe.
See you, Eric.